Okay, so we're live. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's so hot. That's why I don't have a shirt on. I was gonna put my shirt on. I thought I had it. It's got it right here.
Steven running.
And I was like,
Good morning, it's hot.
yeah, bro. I mean, and it's not even hot outside. It's just, I guess it's the humidity from out there. I'm not sure, but it's bad. It's pretty bad.
It's Josh G. Good morning.
God, little butt hurt bastard today. What? Ignore. Bye-bye. What's up, everybody? How's it going? How you feeling? Oh, you don't want this truth. Trust me, you don't want this. You want to be in your bubble. Go back to your bubble. Go back to your bubble. Only the truth lives here.
Sean the Orca guy. Glad to see you.
Steve running, good morning. Josh E, good morning. Sean the Orca guy, good morning. How are you guys doing? Good to see you guys. I'm so glad you guys are here. I look like a washed up Italian mobster. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Retirement community. I like it. So good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. It's so hot, man. I haven't dabbed or done a bong rip, but man, I'm feeling the heat, and it's not even, it doesn't seem like it's hot outside. That's what's so crazy. It was like 80 degrees or 85, but I just know it's just all the moisture or whatever, man, and I could just feel
Sean
it.
the Orca guy.
I can just feel
Would
it.
enjoy your famous mafia impression.
Hey, retirement community. That's my favorite right there. That's my favorite. Tony Soprano. Retirement community. Hey, we got to take it to the old folks home. Retirement community.
Steven
Ah, why I
running.
oughta.
Wife beater shirt.
Why I oughta. Yep. My girlfriend was like, "Are you live right now?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." So, let's do that. Humidity. Dude. Need a wife beater? I know, dude. I know. I got this thin little. I got this thing, man. It's probably better to have it on than off, actually. Because when the humidity sits on your body, it feels even worse, man. A shirt at least absorbs it somewhat. So there we go. All right. So first off, this morning on the agenda, I'm just going to say this, if Donald Trump goes to jail, Ron DeSantis will be the number one contender for the president of the United States. Do you feel like Joe Biden would beat Ron DeSantis in a presidential election? Let me know in the chat what you guys think about that. I want your opinions on that one, because Joe Biden is getting weaker and weaker and weaker every day. It's just every time I see him, man, it's like I kind of look away. And I'm on Threads, and it's total left wing It's as slanted left wing as Twitter is slanted right wing now. It's the exact opposite. So if you hate both parties as much as me, you're probably just going to want to stay off both of those platforms, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. I'm getting so sick of having these people that are, big time liberal faces from Twitter shoved into my feed on Threads. I don't like these crazy psycho liberals. I hate them as much as I hate the psycho Republicans. Oh, we can do no wrong. We can do no wrong. Yeah, you do wrong and you need to admit it, or I'm just going to walk away. I just got to turn my head. I can't even look at you. This thing with Destiny, I gotta say, man, it's a big disappointment, and I will not be watching him as much. He might think that the rest of his audience are a bunch of fools, but he literally put that out there on the internet for everyone to hear. That he doesn't care if, somebody calls him out on trying to rip off his audience if they don't know what the meaning of NFT is. And I'm like, dude, that's about you, bro. That's all about you. And I don't want to get into it right now. I'm just kind of lost my goddamn appetite for that bullshit. I don't want to consume it anymore. And I think it's important that people realize that. And if Destiny went out there and said, hey, I was wrong about the whole NFT thing. What I did was wrong. It was unscrupulous. It was Weasley of me. To sit there and act like NFTs are a scam and then try to sell NFTs to my audience and then say, well, no one knows what NFTs are anyway, so I'm never going to get busted on that. Well, people like me are going to bust you on it, and people like me are going to turn away from you. So, continue purging all the intelligent people out of your audience. I'm doing the exact opposite over here. I'm purging all the dumb people out of my audience. He's purging all the smart people out of his. That's not how you do it. I'd rather have a tiny audience of smart people than a giant audience of morons, man, that are just going to look the other way when hey, man, this is not an echo chamber. Okay, and anybody thinks it is, you can get the fuck out of here. Who is selling NFTs in this chat? Nobody? I mean, J-Bone Omerta is still into it. And I look at him on Twitter when he does that shit, and I'm just like, damn, you're still into NFTs, huh? I wonder how that's doing for him. I wonder if he's making money off of it. I don't know. I stay away from it. And if it works, if you can make money, and that's what it's all about, is just trying to make money. Okay, fine, yeah. You want to say you have to find a sucker in order to sell your stuff to somebody else? Fine, whatever. I just don't want to be a part of it. I just don't want to be a part of that. I'm not looking for a sucker to rip off. I like providing a service for people and making money off of it. I like providing that service for people that my company does, and making money that way. And then I know that I'm doing something for somebody else and making money at the same time.
1.3 million NFT is now worth 36K. Stay away, LOL.
That's an interesting little factoid. Thank you for sharing that one, Patrick John Welder. Justin Bieber's 1.3 million NFT is now worth $36,000. That is so applicable to this conversation. And while the whole discussion of NFTs is where Destiny wants to take this to, I'm just gonna have to call him on his bullshit and say, it's not about what an NFT is, Destiny. It's about the fact that you're, like that guy said, what was the word he used? In no position to be giving anyone advice about anything. That was pretty good. The right winger nailed it. The fucking red pillar guy nailed it. You need to clean that shit up. I could use my house in California as an analogy. You come into the upstairs, everything looks fine. But, go downstairs and you better clean that shit up. The whole house is going to fucking reek. And it's never going to go away until you fix that other part that's fucked up. It's the same thing with Destiny. I don't know if he ever came out and said, hey, I apologize for the whole NFT thing. I don't know. I haven't seen that video. And if anybody can find it, I'd love to see it. That would give me a lot more respect for Destiny than I've seemed to have lost over the last 2 days. And that's too bad. Because, even though we had a very short interaction, I felt like he had something that was worthy of your eyes. I felt like he had some content that was legitimate. But now that I realize where his heart is, his heart's in the wrong place. And you just shouldn't be getting your information. It's just like Jimmy Dore. Yeah, you know, broken clocks are right 2 times a day, but you shouldn't be getting your information from it all day. You know? And that's sad for me to have to do. But, you know, for all of his little viewers over there that don't like me, I could see why you don't like me, because you saw this one coming down the pike. You're like, that guy, Nay, he's going to see Destiny for exactly what he is, and I don't want to be there when it happens. And you know what? 40 of them came in here when I started the show just now. And as I started saying what I was going to say, they all left, because they're all like, Mum. They all like, they can't hear it, and then go be a part of that community and pretend that Destiny's not selling them a fucking load of bullshit. Which he's literally selling them a load of bullshit. So it's too bad, and you know that the honeymoon's over. Sucks to be Destiny, I guess. And I would take this as a lesson. You know, the more you get to know someone, the more you might not like them. You know, and we will move on from that. So. Yeah, let me close out that chat. I do have this chat open because I do promote over there, and I wanted them to hear what I had to say about their dear leader before they cut me out of their lives completely. But I don't care. You know, it's just like Little John says, you know, I don't give a fuck. You know, you're going to do whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know, you're going to cling to whatever narrative. I don't give a fuck. You're going to take every fucking... Who
has exposed him? Patrick John Welder. I hate Jimmy Dore because he uses people's misfortunes to entertain his anti-vax narrative. LeBron James' 18-year-old son had a cardiac arrest and people jumped straight to vaccines.
Dude, young sports stars, young sports athletes have the highest rate of cardiac arrests. I mean, it's not like it's never happened in the past. I mean, these guys are big. There's a lot of blood pumping through their systems. You know, their heart needs to work harder because they're huge guys. And then they put extra unnecessary strains on their body, running back and forth to put a ball in a fucking circle. And, you know, what do you expect's going to happen? The human body's not made for that. You know, and it's proven when, you know, someone like that, who's in excellent physical condition, has a cardiac arrest while playing the game. You know, it's so important that you fucking throw a ball through a fucking hoop and watch people run back and forth on a goddamn screen. Don't get me started on sports, guys. You know, it's great that you can get all physically fit while doing them, but if you take it to that level, just be prepared. It's got nothing to do with, and it's got everything to do with the fact that you're putting enormous amounts of unnecessary strain on a body that's not built for that. You know, you're not a fucking jaguar. You're not a racehorse. You know, you're not a bear. Let me tell you, a fucking bear can walk all fucking day. They don't stop. But, you think you are, you know, cross-country jogger, you know, whatever the fuck you think you can do. Those people get heart attacks quicker than anybody else. The people who really put a strain on their bodies and decide to run across, you know, we're going to run 10 miles today. Yeah, and then you're going to drop dead when you hit the 7th mile. Great. Was it worth it? You know, not for me. I like to work out. I like to get my exercise. I like to lose weight. I like to be in good shape without putting my body under unnecessary stresses. It's just like somebody was putting like this video, it was a video of a woman that was large, but she was very attractive, but she was a larger woman, tall and big hips and big legs and all that. And they're like, what man wouldn't have sex with that? And I was like, well, I wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. Because I found out that when I dated heavier girls, and I like having sex, I'd hurt myself in the bed. Lifting them, moving them, rolling them over, doing whatever the fuck. You know, it hurt. And then after the sex, my arms would be hurt, my back would be hurt, whatever. Not attracted to them so much anymore, man. I'm not attracted to big women anymore. And I'm telling you, that's something that you should consider. Can you move them around? Are you able to do what you need to do? You might be experiencing the same things I was experiencing. So, it's something to think about. All you big women out there that have the ability to lose some weight, you might want to think about that too. because that might be something that men might be thinking about when they're looking at you, going, yeah, I don't know if I could move all that weight around every night. That's going to be a lot of work on, that's going to be a lot of stress on my fucking body. That's unnecessary because you're fucking not taking your health seriously. Right? Okay. That's good. That's good. Let's keep moving here. Who exposed Destiny? This Red Pillar dude. I'm sure other people did too. It wasn't just him. He saw other videos of people, but a whole bunch of people on the internet exposed Destiny.
Roasted garlic berry.
You know, I expose him
She
too.
will break your bed frame.
Right? I totally call Destiny out on his this whole NFT bullshit, and the comment that he made after, which was, no one knows what NFTs are anyway. I'm not worried about getting taken down in a debate. Listen, if I'm debating Destiny, it's not about the NFTs thing. It's about whatever we're debating, and I don't go after him personally if we were to debate something. But for him to think that no one is going to be able to hit him on that and say how unscrupulous he is, or say how, you know, what a scammer he is, or that he's unethical, or that he's greedy, or that he has, you know, no love for his audience at all, he's better just go over there and start playing the fucking piano again and talk over me, you know, and play music over the top of me like he did to that other guy. Because that was a perfect example. It was a demonstration of where Destiny's mind was and all that. He didn't have a response to that guy. And boy, did he make himself look like a child when he started that shit. I was like, oh my God, really, bro? I mean, Mike Tyson's biting off Holyfield's ear, I support that and I appreciated it because Holyfield was cheating. But that guy wasn't cheating, bro. He was showing you videos of you, the shit that you said. Holding your feet to the fire, and your response to your own messaging, your own words, is to go play piano over the top of him talking about you. You looked like a beaten man. And even though he was very hyperbolic on the other side, talking about how, you know, and the chat was hyperbolic too. I'm just calling it as I see it, Destiny. You got beat. You lost that. You lost that fucking debate. If it was a fucking fiasco, it was a circus. If you want to call it a fucking debate, whatever. But, you know, by you going and playing piano and acting like it was, you know, it was so important that man define what NFT is, or you're just going to play piano over it. No, that's you admitting that you're wrong and you've got nothing else to say. And why can't you just say, you know what? You caught me. I was being greedy with my audience. I'm no longer doing it. How about that one? Did you stop selling them the NFTs? You could say that. There's a lot of things you could say. And your audience will, you know, respect you and appreciate you the same way. What it says to me about your audience is that they still respect and appreciate you regardless of this, and I don't think you ever apologize for it, is that they're just as cucked as you are with your own narrative. And congratulations for having a fucking cult, because that's what you have. You have an echo chamber. You guys are living in a fucking Destiny bubble. And when someone like me comes along with a pin and pops that bubble, you all cry and run away and you can't listen to it. Hey, go fuck yourselves. You're all a bunch of dumb cunts. Okay? So go running back over to Destiny, go cry over to him, and go deal with whatever the fuck. Because I'm done. I'm fucking done. Alright. So what else we got going on? We got anybody over on the Kick Chat? Nobody on the Rumble? 3
Roasted
people.
garlic berry. Damn, get roasted. Win it, Muncha. They found the Titan submersible.
Oh, I'm sure they did. You know, they've been finding parts of it for days, for probably over a week.
Sean the Orchid.
It's not even fucking news anymore.
Nay is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And when I get shit wrong, this is the thing. If I am wrong about something, I admit it.
Seamer cannabis. NLRC trendy is...
You know, I used to call cannabis weed. I was wrong. So I stopped doing it. Made a concerted effort on the show to stop saying weed when referencing
Jimmy Dory
cannabis.
is a thief.
Jimmy Dore's a thief. Yeah, Jimmy Dore's a thief. It's so much beyond Jimmy Dore, not giving me $360 for some triage oil. It's so much deeper than that.
Sean the Orca guy.
It's about him being a fucking
Absolutely.
anti-Semite piece of fucking human garbage. And just not being able to, you want to criticize Israel, you want to criticize Hollywood, whatever. Do it from your account, Jimmy. Don't make some sock account to hide behind because you're a fucking pussy. And goddamn, everybody should have called him out on that bullshit. Dude, I am still just dying out here. It's not hot. It's like I just feel like the air pressure. I can't explain it. Get some more wind over here. I need more wind.
Roasted garlic berry. Get ready, it's gonna be brutal this week. It's Josh G. Does he still deny ownership to that account?
No, he admitted it and then he blocked me. No, he admitted it on his live show. I saw it and I didn't record it. I wish I had recorded it. And he did. And he's like, oh, all these people saying I got a sock account. I got a bunch of sock accounts. Whatever. Blah, 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 yeah, you got sock accounts and you promote your own. You agree with yourself from them. Oh, Jimmy Dore's right about this. And when Jimmy said that, dude, that's you. What is wrong with you? As much support as that fucking cunt has, he has to go and do that on top of it? Dude, if I had support like that, fuck, bro. It must be nice.
Roasted garlic berry. Haha.
God bless America. Why won't this go? There we go. Oh, I think I just learned how to do it. Okay. Kind of got to shoot the flame into the front of the torch. I need to go buy another torch. When you see a flame like that coming off, that's oil that's still burning on there. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. Turn the fan on while I'm not dabbing.
Roasted garlic berry. I really like the screen behind you setup.
Oh, thank you. Hey, man, crypto went up. That's good. That's good. That's good to see. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody.
Seamer Cannabis. Cheers NLRC. Dave Fishing. Cheers.
Dave Fishing.
Roasted garlic berry. Cheers.
Mmm, tasty. So hot. So nice to see you guys on Kick. Dave Fishing.
Post dab cool
Yeah, right? Trying to, at least. In this weather. You know, they said that Arctic is really damaged. It's not coming back. So much for the cooling part of it. Warms and it cools. Any new viewers out in the audience? Let me hear from you. Anybody just watching my show for the first time? Let me know in the chat.
Win it, Munchie. I'm not new, but loving the show, brother, as always.
Thank you. That's funny. I'm not new. Don't forget to bring your towel, boys and girls. Always remember your towel.
Kurt Hudson. It's a nice, cool 83 in Tucson, AZ right now. Good morning to all.
It's about how hot it is here in Florida. What's up, Kurt?
Win it, Munchie. Why do I DA towel?
Always remember your towel. Oh, you never know. You're going to have to wipe some sweat. You might spill something. Just remember your towel and make sure to get your towel high. Really high. You might need to blow your smoke into your towel.
Dave Fishing. If I smoke a bong ripped outside, it'll sweat.
Bro, I smoked a dab inside and started sweating. I mean, here I am with the fan on full blast. I'm in full fan mode. Full fan. It wasn't even supposed to be that hot today, and it's hotter. It feels hotter than normal.
Kurt Hudson. It's only been getting 108 out here. Don't ask me to go outside and have fun. Hell no. Dave Fishing. Front page of Weather Channel. World record potential set in FL waters.
I saw a post.
Dave
Bernie
Fishing.
bitch put it up on Twitter.
Attempts.
Oh god, this X pops up now when you pull up Twitter. This is stupid. Oh my god. Dude, the Taipei 101 skyscraper is one of the tallest buildings in the world, and it's 660 feet away from a major fault line. Near the top of the building is a damper. It's this giant weighted ball that's on these straps, right? It looks like those balls that clack each other, like one of those, but it's huge, right? And it's a damper. It acts like a pendulum to reduce the building's sway in earthquakes. And they're showing a video here of an earthquake hitting it, and this thing swaying to keep the building from swaying. This is actually pretty freaking crazy. Look at this. So it's a counterbalance. Isn't that crazy? I wonder how much it weighs. Oh, dude, look, it's on shock absorbers. Wow, who fucking thought of that shit, man? Dude,
Fishing. That's crazy.
it's on fucking shock absorbers. I've seen it all, bro. That's fucking crazy. This fan, though. Nick Brown saw it.
Dave Fishing. That's the dumbest logo ever, the X.
So we're looking at accelerated warming because of this.
Antarctic sea ice levels dive at Phi Sigma event, as experts flag worsening consequences for planet. By Alexandra Alvaro. Posted, updated. Watch. Ice levels have not returned to the Antarctic over winter, and experts are very concerned. Help keep family and friends informed by sharing this article. Copy link. Share. In short, Antarctic sea ice has usually been able to recover in winter. But this year, sea ice has not returned to expected levels during winter. What's next? Experts say if the sea ice trend continues, it will accelerate the warming of the planet. This winter has confirmed what scientists had feared. The sea ice around Antarctica is in sharp decline, with experts now concerned it may not recover. Earlier this year, scientists observed an all-time low in the amount of sea ice around the icy continent, following all-time lows in 2016, 2017, and 2022. Usually, the ice has been able to recover in winter, when Antarctica is reliably dark and cold. But this year is different. For the first time, the sea ice extent has been unable to substantially recover this winter, leaving scientists baffled. Phi Sigma event unfolding. Physical oceanographer Edward Doddridge has been communicating with scientists and the community about the drastic changes happening around Antarctica. He said vast regions of the Antarctic coastline were ice-free for the first time in the observational record. To say unprecedented isn't strong enough, Dr. Doddridge said. For those of you who are interested in statistics, this is a Phi Sigma event. So it's 5 standard deviations beyond the mean. Which means that if nothing had changed, we'd expect to see a winter like this about once every 7.5 million years. It's gobsmacking. Edward Doddridge says of the ice returning next winter, we can hope. I don't know that it will. ABC News, Jordan Young. Sea ice is important for a number of reasons. First, it helps regulate Earth's temperature through something called ice albedo feedback, where the ice reflects the sun's heat back into space, helping to regulate the temperature of the planet.
Kurt Hudson.
If there's less ice, then the sunlight that hits the ocean's surface is absorbed instead of being reflected out into space, Dr. Doddridge said.
What was that large yellow thing you just showed called?
That accelerates the warming in that area, and that warmth then gets carried around to the rest
It's a
of the world.
pendulum to keep a building
One
from
expert says a further
swaying.
change in the balance could
The
trigger a
6
tipping point, and that we might end up in a new
A big
state.
fucking skyscraper.
Supplied, Australian Antarctic Division. Second, the annual cycle of
Counterbalance.
freeze and melt drives global currents that transport nutrient-rich water into the rest of the ocean, feeding ecosystems.
Kurt Hudson.
The ice is also a habitat for animals such as penguins and seals, and is essential for smaller creatures such as krill, which feed on the algae underneath the ice during winter.
Okay.
One scientist says if the sea ice downward trend continues, it will be difficult to reverse the trajectory.
Dude, that thing has to
Supply,
weigh.
Australian Antarctic Division. Scientists are now
It
scrambling
must
to
weigh
work out
so
what
much.
is causing
Imagine
the
if
dip.
it fell through the
Is
building.
it natural variability? Or is climate change responsible? Dr. Doddridge said it was more likely the latter. There are people saying it could be natural variability, he said. Absolutely, we can't conclusively rule it out yet. But it's very unlikely. It is most definitely a window into the future. We know that this is what the world is going to look like as it warms. It may be that next winter it comes back. We can hope. I don't know that it will. On top of that, scientists do not know where the change is coming from, the seas or the atmosphere. Antarctica's icy pulse. Antarctica's sea ice is now reforming as the continent moves deeper into the austral winter, but it's currently the smallest it has ever been for this time of year on record.
Winnet Muncha.
Read more.
Antarctica's Keeples.
Dr. Doddridge believes it is due to changes in sea temperatures, but Petra Heil, a sea ice physicist from the Australian Antarctic Division, is of the opinion it is due to a combination of both changes in the atmosphere and warming seas. The whole system that we are looking at, we know it's strongly coupled, Dr. Heil said. Any change in any of the components, even in a region far away or it might be close by in the region that you are studying, is coupled to the whole system. We know that there's a lot more energy at the moment in our weather systems, so they obviously can contribute extensively to moving the sea ice and also be bringing different thermodynamic regimes to the sea ice. Sea ice physicist from the Australian Antarctic Division, Dr. Petra Heil. Australian Antarctic Program, Petra Heil. But Dr. Heil agreed with Dr. Doddridge that the root cause most likely originated from human activity. Study projects dramatic changes to Southern Ocean. A landmark study projects dramatic changes in ocean circulation in the Southern Ocean over the next 3 decades, with wide-reaching impacts on weather and fishery populations. Read more. The consensus statement at the moment would be that this is largely anthropogenic forces that have caused the ocean to warm, for the atmosphere to be highly disturbed and to affect the sea ice, she said. Either way, she fears a further change in the balance could trigger a tipping point from where it's difficult to reverse the trajectory. We might end up in a new state, she said. That would be quite concerning to the sustainability of human conditions on Earth, I suspect. I think a lot of people have the timeline too long out, saying this won't affect them. I'm pretty convinced that this is something my generation will experience.
Bro, I'm feeling heat right now.
Editor's note, July 24th, 2023.
It's uncomfortable.
The original version
I
of
don't
this
like
story
it.
said the sea
It's
ice level
starting.
event occurred every 7.5
It's affecting
million
us.
years.
It's hot out.
This has since been corrected to 7.5 million years. More Tasmanian stories. 15. Posted, updated. Share. Related stories. Extreme weather has lashed the world already this year, and it could be just the start. How El Niño, climate change and warming oceans could combine to supercharge the world's weather. By weather reporter Tyne Logan. Posted, updated. Record-breaking floods that ripped through the Kimberley in January made news around the world. ABC News, Aaron Park. Help keep family and friends informed by sharing this article. Copy link.
Stephen Running.
Share.
Just did some watering around yard.
Right on.
As the calendar year ticked over to 2023, residents of Western Australia's Kimberley region were fleeing to higher ground as heavy downpours brought water levels to astonishing heights. Meanwhile, half a world away, sinkholes swallowed cars and floodwaters engulfed California streets, with a parade of atmospheric rivers, long regions in the atmosphere that transport water vapor and create extreme rainfall, drenching the state until March. Watch. Neighborhoods in Central California underwater from deadly storms. These major weather events marked the start of a collection of natural disasters and other extreme weather events, which have played out across the globe so far this year. Many have reached levels of intensity severe enough to cause even climate scientists, who have been witnessing and projecting events of this kind for decades, to pause.
Dickens Cider 600 RR.
What's
There's
up?
been a collective feeling of, whoa, that's insane, from myself and quite a few of my colleagues this year, Monash University Associate Professor Ailey Gallant said.
Hey, first time chatter here.
Rains
Nice.
from Cyclone Freddy destroyed homes in Blantyre, southern Malawi.
First
AP,
and last.
Echo Chikondi. Among the myriad of events was Tropical Cyclone Freddy, which traversed the entire Indian Ocean and went on to become one of the most energetic and long-lasting cyclones in history, devastating southern Africa.
Bonsai house.
At the same time, sea ice levels in the Antarctic plunged to record lows, with the deficit continuing to grow since then, now more than 2.5 million square kilometers below average.
Morning. After I got off the horn with you guys, gunshots rang out in my hood. A minute later a bear came running past my front camera. All quiet this morning. Someone got fecked by bears.
The sea ice perimeter around Antarctica on July 5th, compared to the median in yellow. Supplied, National Snow and Ice Data Center. In April and May, heat waves of extreme magnitude shattered records across
guys
Spain,
see this
Portugal,
here?
and Morocco, as well as South.
Look at this picture right here. The yellow line, guys, is where it's supposed to be. So, we'll just, you could do this every year and just see how that is going. Where the problem is, yeah, I know it's gone up and down in the past. The problem is now we've got way more industrial issues. We've done too much damage, gas, methane, CO2. We're not going to stop making electric cars, guys. We're not going to stop mining lithium and all those things that I can't even remember that we looked up that are needed for batteries. None of that's going to stop.
South and Southeast Asia. And right now, Canada is enduring one of its worst wildfire seasons on record by area burned. The fires have destroyed hundreds of homes and caused smoke to smother the New York City skyline. New York City covered in haze and smoke caused by wildfires in Canada. Reuters, AMR Alfaki. Meantime, the world's oceans have risen to temperatures well beyond anything experienced before, according to data from the United States, with temperatures in the northeastern Atlantic playing a major role in the overall heat. Global daily sea surface temperatures, indicated by the black line, have been sitting at record highs for several months now. Supplied, climatereanalyzer.org. Last week, the Earth's average temperature reached record highs 4 days in a row, although these figures are yet to be validated. Of course, in any one year, there is always going to be extreme weather events. But Dr. Gallant said this year, records were not just being broken, they were being smashed. It's really made us stand up and take notice, because it's not just in one place, she said. Earth's average temperature hit record highs 4 days in a row in early July. Pixabay, Dimitris Vetsikas 1968, CC0. A sign of what's to come. It is still too early to say whether the individual weather events were made more likely by climate change or other natural influences like El Niño. But Dr. Gallant said what was clear was the nature of weather events had changed, and it told a story of what the world may be in for in the year to come, particularly in the realm of heat. We're entering territory where climate change is starting to become a much more dominant signal than it has been in the past, and things are only going to get more interesting, she said. Right now, the world is on the cusp of a fully fledged El Niño being declared, a natural phenomenon that plays a large role in the world's climate. An El Niño occurs when the sea surface temperature in the central and eastern tropical Pacific Ocean warms significantly, and these warmer than average temperatures at the surface of the ocean contribute to changes in the weather patterns in Australia. El Niño weakens the Walker circulation, gray arrows, shifting rain to the Pacific away from Australia. Supplied, BOM. The US and Japan have already declared one underway, as has the World Meteorological Organization, WMO, but Australia's Bureau of Meteorology has held off due to a lack of atmospheric response, a feature critical in the strength and sustenance of the event. Should it develop as expected, it will intersect with a strengthening climate change signal, as well as record high sea surface temperatures. Dr. Gallant said that combination had the potential to supercharge the outcomes of what each might bring on their own. El Niños do bring much warmer than normal global average temperatures, and this one's a doozy, in terms of how much heat the ocean is venting right now, she said. So if that continues, I think we can expect a very warm year, in terms of what it means for extremes. Major International Weather Agency declares El Niño officially here. The World Meteorological Organization has declared the first El Nino 8 years after the last weather event developed, bringing record high temperatures. Read more. She said ultimately, it was likely to mean more extreme heat records being broken across the globe, and potentially more rainfall records too, although that was harder to determine. But she said there were still a lot of unknowns. Warmer conditions we can certainly expect because of El Nino and climate change, she said. But the nature of La Ninas and El Niños is not what it used to be, and we don't fully understand how climate change has affected them yet. We're entering uncharted territory. Dr. Gallant said even if an El Nino didn't eventuate as expected, it was likely to be hot this year anyway. Australia is waiting for a stronger atmospheric response before declaring an El Nino. ABC Open, Luke 369. I think, regardless of whether or not we get an El Nino, we're already on track to have a very warm year globally, just because the rest of the ocean is so warm, she said. Things might temper a little bit, but I think, regardless of what happens from now, we are on track for a very warm year. Dr. Gallant's prediction is in line with WMO projections, which have found there is a 98% chance one of the next 5 years will be the warmest ever recorded.
Every single
Posted,
one is.
updated. Share.
Every year is the warmest
Related stories.
year on record. What are they talking
There's a
about?
98% chance one of the next 5 years will be the hottest ever, new UN report says. The world just had its hottest day on record, data shows, and experts say it's only going to get hotter.
It's the top 10.
The BOM just updated its El Nino projections. And it's
There-
very different
listen.
to the US.
Every year from now on until we die will be one of the hottest top 10 years on record. Not the hottest year, but will be one of the hottest top 10. Think about that. That's never going to change.
In May, it seemed like we were in the 4th hottest year on record. It's become worse since then. More on ACT. Antarctica.
Actor Kevin Spacey found not guilty of sexual offense charges in London.
It's Josh G. Gonna have to cherish the cooler days we get because they ain't coming back. Bonsai House. So I quit showbiz for many reasons. One was because I kept getting hit on by men. So I enter the exotic plants market. Well, guess what?
You keep getting hit on by men. It's funny. So I decided to join a salon. And guess what?
Pharmacist, and Jimmy was questioning if that video was. I was just on the Jimmy Dore show, and this is about the video I made in 2021, questioning that pharmacist, and Jimmy was questioning if that video was even real. It looked like a script or a movie to him, and it was very real. I walked in and I filmed, and I hope that I opened people's eyes to reading these inserts before they accept this willingly into their bodies. Crazy, isn't it? How inverted this world is. I was just on the Jimmy Dore show, and this is about the video I made in 2021, questioning that pharmacist, and
Where's the video that she made in 2021 questioning the fire? Is this it?
okay.
It's okay. I already know that it's intentionally. Like, my last question is, how is it informed consent when all of the safety studies, placebo safety studies, are not listed from the manufacturer?
That's a great question. I would talk to CVS about that because
So if we don't know what we're injecting into ourselves, I don't understand how that's informed consent.
that you're exactly right,
Okay.
and you're exactly right,
Yeah.
and you are correct. I should not be giving these vaccines at all
Okay. Why are you giving them?
because I am told to, and that's how because I am told to, and I am told
understand.
and everything I have shown, including the patients that I have given it to, it is safe.
It is safe and effective. What
It-
studies are you going by that states that it's safe and effective? I know these are tough questions, but I have to ask.
I know, and I'm sorry that
But you can't answer. So I understand that.
I unfortunately cannot answer that,
Okay.
and I feel and right now I'm feeling totally inadequate as a pharmacist and ready to turn in my license.
Don't.
He's feeling inadequate as a pharmacist.
You know about the Nuremberg trials, right?
I understand about all of that, and
I'm just curious if people here really understand what's happening around them, and that just doing my job is not an excuse for what's really happening.
No, I absolutely understand.
Well, I just wanted to add thank you
and
for.
based on what you're saying, I can no longer advocate for these vaccines.
Okay. Well, yes, that's absolutely your choice, and the people to take it, that's their choice to take it. I'm just looking for informed people where I can get information, and it seems like I keep hitting this block each time. Every time I go online and talk to doctors, they block me. You know, it's because they can't answer my questions. They get uncomfortable, and I get that. But then why even continue this if you don't know the information?
That is an absolutely valid question.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking your time with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.
It was kind of funny how that guy took her word for everything that she said and questioned none of it. Do you guys notice that? It was almost like she did the whole Jedi mind trick on him. So weird. What else? You guys got anything else?
Potentially.
Bonsai House. TikTok live streamers are the worst creatures alive.
Are they? It's a funny meme. Cornell West, that was the guy's name I couldn't remember. If the election were today, who would you vote for?
Stephen Running. Will any oil business change now?
Lee Camp put up a poll. If the election were today, who would you vote for? He had 1,000 people vote. So far, 63% outrageously voted for Cornell West over RFK Jr. at 21%, and then Donald Trump at 9.5%, then Joe Biden at 5.8%. But remember, that's Lee Camp's audience. And they're strong independents, you know? They know about all the bullshit from Joe Biden and Donald Trump and RFK
Bonsai
Jr.
House. Just saw a hippie lady, playing the guitar like a lumberjack while wearing a dress made out of her dead dog's skin and eating a ice cream box full of dandelions. What the feck?
I don't know, bro. Anyway. UFO hearings, whatever. Ice Cube's trending. Yeah, he's not part of the freaking establishment. I'm not in the club. No, they just let you into stadiums, bro. You can get to walk around the whole stadium before a game and shoot your little fucking TikTok in there. Whatever, clubless. Anyway, don't get, Ice Cube's totally up in their club with the perm, up in the club. All right, you all. Love y'all. Thanks for watching my show. I hope you had fun. And I will see you on the next show, which will probably be later or some other time. I don't know. I didn't even think I was going to do this show, but I did. Billy Ballantyne was in the last night's show.
Steven running. Peace hashtag keep it open.
You guys, that's right. Hashtag
It's
keep
Josh
it
G.
open.
I couldn't for RFK based off the voice alone, lol.
You couldn't have me as your president. I'm going to talk to you about Mercury.
Dave Fishing.
There's
Hashtag keep it open.
Mercury. And autism. Yes, hashtag keep it open. That's what I say. That's 2 of them. That's good. That's right. Let me check my swatch to see the time.
Hoot in hell. Hashtag keep it open.
Dude, I would actually do that, but I have to go. I'm so sorry. I have to go pick my girlfriend up. Anyway, I would have stayed, so thank you for all the hashtag keep it opens. And remember, next time if you do those, I will stay, but something just came up. So I will see you guys soon. All right. Thank you for all the hashtag keep it opens. I do appreciate those. All right. Bye, guys. There's nothing I can do about this one.